Hello. I kind of wanted to make a video, kind of like me ranting a little bit, but more of like me just trying to get some stuff off my chest. So basically, I've been working at a Domino's for the last year. I swore to myself over a year ago I would never work at a pizza place ever again, and I came out to California and I needed a job because that was part of the stipulation of me coming out here. Obviously, I should have a job. Everybody should have a job. There's no free rides. And I said, okay. And I was going to go work for Disneyland, but I decided I don't want to work for Disney because I think Disney's a really shady, evil corporation. I know, right? And I decided, like, well, I know I could get hired at a fucking pizza place just like that because I got all this fucking years worth of experience in every different job title. So I applied at a Domino's and got hired immediately. I got kind of pressured into taking the management position when I did not want the management position. I've been a manager for 10 years. I cannot stand doing management. I can't stand customers. I can't stand how other management do their job because I was trained to do things very professionally and work very hard. And whenever I see other managers, especially general managers, don't do the same things that I was trained to do, it irks, you know? You really just kind of get annoyed by it. So that's also part of the reason why I shaved my head, was because I was getting so angry at work. I didn't actually talk about that in my other video, but I got so angry at work, my head would start getting really hot, as it does whenever you get angered. But I would start to, kind of black out from being so angry because I don't like how other things are ran. So, if you didn't know, my girlfriend works with me up there. We work opposite shifts. She's a delivery driver, and I work nights as the closing manager. So we never got to see each other. We have a 1-year-old baby who we didn't ever get to spend time together as a family. And, after many, 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 many months, it kind of wears on you. I tried to step down. My boss wouldn't let me do it. She said, basically, no, you're doing so well. And I'm like, yeah, I know I am, but I don't want to do this anymore. So she kind of talked me out of it. But I came to an agreement with her that I would continue doing it if you cut my hours down. I do not want to work all the time. I would like part-time. And she agreed to it, and she failed to keep up with that. I got tired of going to all these stupid meetings because I've done this for so long that I already know everything. So these meetings literally cost me $30 to get to because they're so far away. I have to drive there. And a car that I don't own, so I have to fill it up with full tank of gas. I get to these meetings. They're just bullshit-ass meetings. Waste of my fucking time. The only interesting part is we get to compare how our building was doing compared to the other buildings, like the other stores. I like that. That was a great part. But I got mad because Domino's be bragging about oh, well, we're making so much money. We're now the top of it. And I'm like, all I'm hearing in this is okay, so you can't provide us with health insurance. You can't help us get holiday pay, overtime pay. You're making all this money, but you can't give people a straight up 40-hour work schedule. It's fucked in the head, man. So it's because of that I didn't give a shit about how well the store was prospering. I didn't care about sales. I didn't care about that. I started losing a lot of respect because other people are hearing it oh, cool, so our company's doing really well. I'm literally hearing it you guys are just getting cheap. You're getting more and more cheap. Times are changing. The world's getting different, especially our country. You now get fined for not having health insurance. I don't have health insurance. So my tax return is going to be basically non-existent at this point, which fucking sucks. I've tried to apply for health insurance, and I don't qualify in the state of California, and I'm pretty sure it's because of my skin color. But that's for a different story. I don't care. I'm not trying to get into the race thing or the political thing. I just wanted to talk about this. So I ended up having a big meltdown with her. I talked to her about this. I told her many times about the homeless that were in our area, and nobody would do anything about getting rid of them except for me. I would be the ones to call the police. They were getting violent. One actually sexually harassed my sister, and I got really mad about that, and nobody did anything about it. They were like, oh, just call the police. I'm like, how about you guys step up? This is our parking lot. You can't just rely on the assistant manager to clean up your fucking store's driveway, basically. You know what I mean? You are the GM. You can handle this. You're the district manager. You can handle this. You're the fucking owner. You guys can do this. You don't have to rely on me to take care of this. Nothing got done. I tried to set up meetings to discuss some of how the employees worked in her store. Nothing got done. She ignored everything I said. She acted like I didn't know what I was talking about on quite a bit of shit, which is really funny considering, again, I've worked her position. I've been an area manager for a pizza place. I know how that works. I know how the business runs. You can't tell me I don't. I've outranked you at one point. Obviously, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. So, it came down to Thanksgiving. On Thanksgiving, I went to work and I was missing a lot of people because she didn't schedule anybody. Because, you know, it's Thanksgiving, people are like, oh, I'm not going to go there. Well, we were fucking busy as fuck, and I had nobody working with me, and I had a fucking meltdown over it. I was pissed beyond relief. You guys can't understand how mad I was. And I was harassing my boss in a group chat with our boss, or her boss, and the other management in our store. Like, why the fuck am I always the one stuck with this bullshit? You can take the fucking day off. You take every holiday off, and you make me work every single one of them. The only holiday I've had off this entire year is Halloween. And I got that off because I went to BlizzCon. That's the only one. That's it. She's taken off every single one. And it's fucking bullshit. So I had to work Christmas, which I don't care. I haven't had a Christmas off since I was 18. I've worked every single Christmas. And at this point, I'm kind of like, whatever. But this shit has been building and building and building. And on Thanksgiving, I lost my shit. And I left her a note saying, I'm going to quit if you do not demote me like I've asked you 2 months ago. And I came to work the next day and I refused to clock in as a manager. I clocked in as a cook. And I just started doing things that weren't normally what I would normally do when I got to work. I would just start making food and ignored customer complaints and everything because I was dead set on doing this. And it worked. She had no choice but to do what I asked because I've been telling her. And I put her on the point. I called her out in front of her boss. And I got her by the balls with that one. And I told her I'm only going to work like 4 days a week. I don't want to work 7 days a week. I never get to see my family. That is more important than a fucking job that will replace me tomorrow if I died. I'm not killing myself. I'm not going to... I mean, I'm making this sound like it's like life and death or whatever, but it's not. It's more of like I'm not going to work my ass off for a company that doesn't give two shits about my existence. Everybody can relate with that. I don't fucking care about this job enough. It's a fucking Domino's. Who gives two shits about Domino's? So, my sister quit she quit yesterday actually. And my decision making for this had nothing to do with that. It just, not with her necessarily. But I got my schedule and I'm working 8 days straight for like 7-hour shifts. And I'm like, no. Absolutely fucking not. I'm not working Christmas Eve, Christmas, New Year's, and New Year's Eve, or whatever, so you can take off 2 of those holidays. That's some bullshit. I'm not fucking doing that. I'm not staying late because my girlfriend's the one that has to take me to work. I work pretty far away from where I live. I'm going to be missing her this entire week. Won't see her. We won't get to spend time with the baby. It's not fair to me. It's not right. We have other employees. Why do I have to work these schedules? I've already told her that I didn't want to do this because I work too much, man. I'm always busy. And I don't want to always be busy. I'd like to just be able to come home and make videos and spend time with my kid and just watch movies and take naps. You know, shit like that. I'm not financially struggling right now, so I feel like I should be able to do this. And some people might think I'm being overdramatic or whatever. I don't fucking care. I don't give two shits what you think. I don't. So, I got my schedule, and I got really mad. And I was supposed to be at work today at 5, but they wouldn't let my girlfriend off work. So I didn't technically go to work till 8 o'clock tonight. I was 3 hours late, Apparently what had happened was the store had flooded, like the water, not the water heater, but the back sink broke, and there was just gallons of water everywhere. So it's already a work hazard at this point. We should have been shut down. We should not have been opened up for this. But no, we got to make that money or whatever. So the store has to stay open. It's a safety hazard at that point when you got water fucking everywhere. Even when you wear slipper-resistant shoes, you could still fall and hurt yourself. So we should not be open. On top of that, our label printer broke, so nobody could figure out what order goes to what. And it was chaos this morning, I guess. And that's why I was 3 hours late, because I wouldn't let her off to take me to work, because I don't currently have a car yet. I'm about to try to get one, but I don't currently have one. So I finally get to work, and I'm fed up with it at this point, because this whole time that this happened, my boss was not there. She didn't even try to help fix the problem. She just stayed home until she was supposed to come in at 5. Now, when I was a GM, you weren't allowed to do shit like that. If you had an issue with your restaurant, you had to go take care of that issue. You can't just hide and stay home and deal with it later, especially when your fucking store is flooding. You can't just ignore that until 5 o'clock. You have to get that shit fixed. There's water damage. A lot of things come in cardboard boxes that are going to get ruined. You have electrical wires on the ground because you have computers plugged in on desk. You can't leave that. You get what I'm saying? Anybody understand me? And I'm so fucking done. Like, I'm so fucking done. So I worked my 2 hours tonight because I was late. And I left a note because I figured I would probably scream. And I don't want to do that, because I know my boss is terrified to talk to me, because I'm not intimidated about losing my job. I don't care. And she knows that, because I make sure I let everybody in the store know that. You can't threaten to write me up or anything like that. I'm not worried about losing my job, because I can go get another one just like that. It's not hard. So she doesn't ever want to talk to me. She's afraid to look at me. Anytime I talk to her, she always tries to pretend she's busy. So I just left her a note. And I said, tomorrow will be my last day. And the only reason I said for tomorrow is because there's another guy who works there. I just want to hang out with him one last time, because I'm probably never going to get to see him again. We're kind of friends, so, but after tomorrow, I'm going to be unemployed. And I'm going to have to go get my new driver's license. And I'm going to try to get a car. I got to sell my motorcycle. I know I have a motorcycle. I just don't know how to use it. I inherited the motorcycle through a family member, but I never learned how to use it. I'm going to try to get a car with the money I'm going to get from selling the bike. And I don't know. I might try to work for Uber or Lyft or something. Just something that's convenient for me. Because I know, like, a lot of people are like, well, I work like 60 hours a week. Like, that's great. I've done that for many years. I never got to enjoy myself these last 10 years because all I did was work. And now I have a little one, and I really want to see her grow up properly. And she just now started walking, and it's the cutest thing ever. I've never thought I would get to have a child, and never thought I would get to see my baby girl just doing so well. And I'm very proud to be able to witness this. So I would like a job that's a little bit more flexible, that doesn't try to fucking give me too many hours or too many days or whatever. I like, I'm a human being. We like time off. Work is not the center of my universe. It's always been the center of my universe, but I don't want it to be anymore. I want to just relax. So I'm going to try to get me a little part-time job where I can make up my own hours. I need to figure out how to turn ads on. I got to get monetized, goddammit. All right. I don't know. I just wanted to rant about that. Thank you guys for listening if you've gotten this far. It really does mean a lot. I really like making videos. I've always liked making videos. Sorry, I'm just kind of in a bad mood, man, because, like, I've never been that kind of person that just up and quit a place. I've always stayed until I got fired, pretty much. Because at some point, I get to the point where I'm so jaded with the company, which if you've seen my other videos where I talk about my work experience, you would understand where I'm coming from. Because I feel bad because I'm quitting, because I'm like, I feel bad for the people who are stuck dealing with extra bullshit because I'm not going to be there to pick up that load. they're going to get stuck with all my extra work and get paid the same. And I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's cool. But at the same time, I'm just very glad to be washing my hands of all this. So, take what you want, I guess. I guess I'll see you guys sometime later on with another video. Thank you guys very much. And have a good day. Bye.